This year has been very eventful for me. And if any of you are new here, hello there, my name is Noodle. I used to be a video editor for a bunch of content creators, and I still do edit for them, maybe sometimes, but this year I really dedicated myself to making my own content, and this year really paid off as I finally hit 1K subscribers, but that's a story until for the later part of the video. Now, while this video is going to be sort of like an end of year review, looking at all the videos I made and the mindset I had when making them, I also do want to sort of answer the question that sort of made me want to do YouTube. You know, is YouTube worth it? Was it worth putting all this time and effort into YouTube instead of just, editing for other content creators and the like? I decided to go unscripted for this one, most because I want my most raw emotions when I'm talking about this, because my reason for YouTube is very extremely personal, and I've been doing YouTube for over 10 years now. Obviously my motivations have changed over time. The type of content that I create changed. The channels I use changed because I was so afraid of my past that I kept on erasing it over and over just so I can have a clean, fresh start. But now I like to preserve the past now, so I'm sticking with this channel and this channel only. Now, over that past decade of me wanting to do YouTube, I had multiple different reasons for it, Back then, I just wanted to make Minecraft videos to get money and be cool and famous, and those reasons have changed over time as I no longer do Minecraft content and such. But, for YouTube, everyone has a reason, Sometimes it could be just, trying to make money as fast as possible with those slop content, or, just attempting to express yourself, and everyone has a reason for doing YouTube, and it makes the question of whether it's worth it up to you, and only you. You're the one that decides whether or not you want to put the effort into it. And, if you don't have that motivation, you're not going to. Like, you can take it casually and such. There's people that take YouTube casually and just like, oh yeah, I could just upload a video every once in a while. I don't care. But for certain other people, it's a lot more important to them. And I'm unfortunately one of those people. And especially putting your faith, and not faith, putting all your dedication to, like, an RNG system. One that, relies so heavily on the roll of the dice to determine whether your content gets, shown to audiences and the like. Is it worth it to put all your time essentially in a Russian roulette? But if the bullet hits you, that means you win. And I'm still trying to figure out the answer for myself, even as I'm recording this before the year ends. But here's the sort of process that I came to making an answer for that question. Is YouTube worth it? And in order to answer that question, I do have to go back across the entire year and sort of look at myself and the videos that I made and why I made the videos that I made. And hopefully, if you're hesitant on YouTube at all, maybe this video will help you sort of either one, gain the motivation to make YouTube videos, or two, just understand why people make YouTube videos, because everyone has a different reason, and I have my own reasons, which I will get into later. But do you want to do it? And more so, do you have to do it? And that was a question I was asking myself. So beginning of 2024, and I'm going to keep all my talk regulated to YouTube only. I'm not going to go outside the barrier unless I'm forced to, because certain things did happen that fundamentally changed me and how I approach YouTube. Beginning of 2024, the only videos I was sort of making were videos that I were making in 2023 that I just took too long to make, because back then, 2022, 2023, I made a video every few months or so because I didn't really care. I was like, I guess I'll do it if I need to. Then we release like one video every 6 months. And in 2024, I was like, okay, let me actually finish this stuff up, because I have so much of a back catalog, and I don't really got much time. I'm starting not to have much time anymore for editing and such. After a certain point, shit happened. It was around early 2024, but I'm gonna get too much into that, because as much as I love to be like, oh, I'm so depressed and I'm venting in public chat, I do try to keep that shit personal. And the most I will say is, like, I'm not gonna prevent myself from expressing what I felt, but I am just gonna say how I felt, which is that I felt fucking miserable for a bit. And so a lot of stuff changed, a lot of circumstances changed. My future was at blank slate now, and I was essentially able to do whatever I wanted without really any hesitation anymore, because I in my mind, I literally had nothing. And so I sort of needed a way to cope. And the way I coped was, you probably guessed it, this channel right here. The whole purpose of this channel was to express myself. And that is, to the bottom of the core, that's everything that I wanted to do with this channel. I felt dead, and that's when I realized I needed to lock in. It wasn't something like I felt like I wanted to do personally. It wasn't something like I felt like I wanted to do, like, I want to do it, but it more so, I felt like I had to. I needed to. And that outweighed more than I wanted to. And it's one of those things that come naturally to you. It happens naturally. It isn't something that I didn't really think too much about it. No, it just sort of clicked for me. After doing YouTube for over 10 years casually, it really felt like the first time I truly felt its calling in a sense. And that sounds stupid. No, I'm going to be reaching a lot in this video and speaking about like, some philosophical, emotional stuff that most people probably won't get. And I do understand that because it is admittedly kind of cheesy in a way, but that's truly how I felt. I had nothing, and so I felt YouTube was the place I needed to go to. Before I was able to lock in for YouTube, I had to make a few amends. I had to drop a few things to, actually pursue this goal of mine. And one of them was unfortunately dropping my friend JR's channel. For those who don't know, I have a best friend. I'm just JR. He's Minecraft content. Hi JR, if you're watching this. And I'm sorry. I still think about when I sleep at night. I used to edit for his side channel, I'm Almost JR, who made Genshin content along with Hoyoverse content in general. And I made that for a while, I think around early 2024-ish, maybe late 2023, I'm not exactly too sure. Those videos did extremely well. The first Genshin video me and JR made, it hit over 100,000 views, and JR would just get like a bunch of JR's channel would skyrocket, and we were going on a good streak. But then the shit in 2024 happened that made me essentially not edit for him for a while because I was just going through so much mental distress. And then I sort of started to lock in on YouTube, and that's something I wanted to do. In order for me to have that time, I had to go and specifically DM JR about it, being like, yeah, I have to drop the channel. That shit haunts me for a bit. I mean, me and JR are cool now, I think. I don't know if he still holds resentment for me. But it's something that really made me think, yeah, I'm doing this. In my mind, this is all or nothing right now. This is something that it's not just I want to do, I have to do, because I dropped JR. I dropped the channel that was doing really well, admittedly. It was doing really super duper well. That's when I think my real goal started to happen on YouTube. My real mission, in a sense. And so the first thing I did was start with a video on the internet checkpoint. In case you don't know what that is, basically, a video you see on your recommend page that pops on every once in a while, and you just type in messages, leave me a checkpoint on life and such. And that was the first test video I made, where I essentially just recorded myself talking, and well, I'm doing that right now as well, so you can actually watch the video and you see how much nothing has changed, really. And so after I uploaded that video, I didn't really do too well, but from that point on, I was like, okay, this is something I'm actually doing now. Okay. I made a thumbnail, I added tags and stuff. This is actually what's gonna happen. And starting from that point on, I'm gonna have pages up on my YouTube now just to make sure I know what the hell I'm talking about. In my private Discord server, I have a little whole videos idea chat, and you can see the point where I'm joking about stuff like I'm gonna make a video on Persona 3, talk about how bad it is, and immediately afterwards you can see me start actually putting titles and shit in actual videos that I want to do. And starting it off, I had the Love Life Sunshine video important because when I was coping with a lot of things, I cope with otters, which I mentioned in my previous video, the Christmas special. But I also fell back on series that I really love, that I really used to love. I mean, I still love, but series I used to love but I haven't watched in a while, which was Love Life Sunshine. And after doing a rewatch of Love Life Sunshine, I was like, I can make a video after this because here's a rule I have for my channel, and it extends to all the videos that I made this year. My rule is, my videos either have to be 1, expressing my feelings, or 2, expressing someone else's feelings like a fictional character or someone else. And that philosophy has been applied to every single one of my videos, and you can find in every single part of it. No matter if it's a niche topic or anything like that, as long as it's expressing my thoughts or someone else's thoughts, that makes the video worth it in my mind. I had to always express myself, no matter how personal it gets. No matter if I'm talking about a video about Sonic and Christmas, I have to insert myself talking about my feelings on it because that's what this channel was for. It's for me to express myself, both my likes, dislikes, and how I feel. And that comes a bit off bias, but just watch someone else's channel if you don't want to see that. And over those videos, I always had the mindset of that no one was going to watch them. So I didn't really hesitate to put a bit too much admittedly too much personal shit in there because I didn't really think anyone's going to watch my videos. And even now, I still try to have the mindset of no one's gonna watch my video, so I don't have too much bias, thinking oh god, someone's gonna watch this video. I better make sure I don't put anything cringy in here. No, I try not to have that. I try to go with a very blank mind, just to ease myself. And the thing was, even then, I couldn't really think about what other people thought of my videos because I was so locked in on expressing myself. I was so locked in, I didn't really care about anything else. In the back of my mind, I felt that I was a bit scared. And there's gonna be a bit TMI, so I do apologize for this, but over this past year, when I was making the videos, I felt scared, you know? I felt like I was gonna die and I need to leave some sort of message and, you know, message in my videos, message how I feel. And even though I sort of feel that way, all my videos are diaries, note entries in a sense, or you can even interpret them as, you know, I really was just on autopilot there. I didn't really know what was going to happen to me, so that's why I just kept making more and more videos, because I didn't know what my fate had in store for me. It sort of scared me, so that's why all those videos that you make, I'm depressed in all of them, which is very unfortunate because those videos are pretty good. Me locking in those videos made me seem like time passed by a lot faster than it really did. I have a very weird perception of time, especially for things that happen to me. Some things that happen to me, it feels like for years, when in reality it's only been for a few months. That's the same thing for my videos. I don't realize my videos are made that long ago or that short ago. And even now, the way I make my videos is so fast, is that I don't even have time to really remember what I say in my videos. You don't quiz me on my own videos. Do not quiz me on my own videos. I won't even know what the hell I said. I don't know some of the video topics I made. Like a Project Sekai video? I made a Project Sekai video. I don't remember making a Project Sekai video. All of it's just a blur now because I have how sort of dead I was when making those videos. And I don't know if it shows or not. Maybe you can see it show. It shows in the later videos. I don't know if you can see in those videos. I mean, I enjoyed making those videos, but don't ask me any questions. I'm not gonna remember it. Let's talk about my analytics here for a second here, because this is a YouTube video on if it's worth it or not. So the Minecraft video, the Minecraft Legacy Edition 4 Java video, was my first sort of banger, which I'm not really a fan of because it was a Let's Play video and I feel like I could have done a lot of things differently. And I don't really like Let's Plays. So, well, I don't like editing Let's Plays. I like watching Let's Plays though, but I don't feel like I can provide enough content for a Let's Play, and, you know, I don't like editing it because I don't really feel like I get to express myself that often. But that was the first video I really got a bunch of subscribers on. I got like plus 22 if the video says if the analytics are correct in any way, which is really cool because I at that time, July, I was around 300 subscribers, so nowhere near 1,000 or anything of the sorts. My actual real banger first came with the D4 DJ video, which I don't really remember myself making because I made a D4 DJ video. What the flip? That one has like over like how many videos? 6.7k views right now, and I got around 67 subscribers from that, which bumped me up to, I'm pretty sure, yeah, bumped me up to 400 in like a couple days, which that was crazy to me. And I was already in like the halfway of the year, July, so I was already sort of reaching the sort of 500 mark where I was almost about to hit half 1,000 subscribers, which I didn't really think about at the time because, well, it didn't really matter to me. I'm like, give it a crap, I want to die. But starting from there is my second banger, the Sonic Most Underrated Soundtrack video, which is my best performing video so far, and I don't know how I did that. I really do not know how I did that. Apparently I got lucky talking to my friend Wist about it, who knows a lot more about YouTube than I do. It was just like, because I got a really clickbait title, Sonic's Most Underrated Soundtrack, with the fucking thumbnail, the black bars. That was stupid, but it actually worked. And it was my first real banger of a video, and I think at that point my mind sort of shifted in a sense, because let me check the analytics real quickly. My analytics say that I gained 137 subscribers with that, which is actually incredible. So after a certain point, September 4th, then suddenly I go up to over I go up to almost 700 in like a couple, in like a week or two, I'm pretty sure, which is insane to me. But it's also the point where my mind sort of shifted when I was creating YouTube videos. I still remember how it felt watching the banger, like watching the video just gain more and more views, and be like, yo, people actually watch this. Hold up. This is the video where I started dancing off an auto, bro. People are watching that shit. I gotta stop. The best part about both the bangers I had, D4DJ and the Sonic video, was that when I read the comments, they were really nice comments. Firstly, let me just say it right now, it was really nice comments. It felt so community driven in a sense. Like, you know, the place where I was coping and yelling out thoughts just for no particular reason because I didn't have anywhere else to go. I just needed to make videos to express the things I wanted to express, to either distract myself and the like. But people were actually listening to them. The stupid shit I did and say in those videos was something that was heard by them, and people reacted to it. People commented about it. It was sort of similar to being in the anime or video games and going to your first convention and realizing, hey, there are people like me, and I feel free to be able to actually express myself without, you know, no shame or anything like that. But, you know, it was sort of different because I was like, I'm depressed. I hate myself. I'm gonna go be edgy and express my thoughts. Will people actually watch my videos? Oh, hi. And it was just really nice reading the comments. I love learning about other people's lives, and, you know, for some of my videos, I got like comments from actually old people talking about, like, you know, their experiences with Sonic and the like. Yeah, I have old people watching my videos. That's pretty crazy. I do appreciate every single comment that I get though. I'm sometimes not able to respond to them because I don't know what the fuck to say. I love the comments where people just talk about their thoughts and stuff like that. Sometimes I get really stupid comments. Some not stupid but bizarre comments. They like, I made the Sonic Christmas video, and someone just typed in the comments, Sonic is Christmas, and I don't know what the fuck to say to that, because what the fuck do I say? Yeah, Sonic's Christmas. I agree, but I do love the comments. I do love whenever I receive a comment, because it's a glimpse of someone else's life and their thoughts on it. Even some of the hateful comments I get that criticize me and such, I appreciate those too. I'm all for perspective, and just getting to make a sort of place where I'm able to express my thoughts and people express theirs in return, while acknowledging that they've listened to my thoughts first. I like that. I really love that, and that was sort of my shift when I was making other videos, because in the back of my mind I was like, okay, I don't think anyone's gonna watch my video, but just in case someone's watching my video, stuff like that. And after a certain point, I started to be a lot more on autopilot in a sense. A lot of things were happening in my life that I didn't want to exactly to focus on, and I was busy with both work, school, and this channel. Yeah, I was doing all three at once. Don't ask me why. And even after doing all three of those things at the same time, there were some things that I couldn't get my mind off of, and so I just did my best to go autopilot and just create videos, and I created a big chunk of the videos you see here. Yeah, starting from October with the Hasanasaur video, that's when I sort of really went on autopilot in a sense, and I didn't want to think about a lot of things, so I just didn't think about it, and I just created videos over and over again, which I'm still proud of. I still really enjoy making those videos, but I have to acknowledge that I wasn't exactly in the best state of mind, and I was creating it because I wanted to express myself, and also I didn't want to think about anything. The reasons I did YouTube for, there were other reasons involved, which I don't really want to get into because it's really bad. Maybe I'll talk about 10 years later if I'm still doing this. But there were some reasons I did YouTube for, and some of those reasons were lost over time due to just circumstances and just stuff happening in my life that made me realize those reasons aren't worth doing it anymore. But in return, I gained some new reasons to do YouTube. It's what made me determined in a way to keep doing this, to keep going forward and making videos and expressing myself. I just want my voice heard. I'm a very self-absorbed person, which I don't really like to express that often because I usually keep to myself. But in a remote place like this where I'm able to do what I want to do, I want to express myself. Yeah, I consider myself a really big introvert. I still get absorbed and love so much video games and TV and shows and anime and such. But I often get held back, due to certain circumstances. Some people express more than I do, and I don't typically do that in social spaces, so I sometimes get overrun, and someone takes the lead in a sense, or someone needs to prove they know more than I do. So I have my own space where I can feel free to just express things. Felt really nice, and I don't really have to hesitate with saying some stupid shit, because it's not like anyone's watching my videos, except people are. Starting in November, I sort of gave up my schedule, because over this past year, I've been doing sort of weekly/bi-weekly videos, every week or every 2 weeks. I made a schedule for myself, be like, okay, I get a video out this week, stuff like that. But in November, I made a realization to myself mentally that I didn't care anymore, and so I just started making videos and released them as soon as possible. For example, that Oshinoko video I made in 2 to 3 days because I just didn't really care. Well, I care about making the video, but I just felt like I needed to just go on autopilot even more. Not autopilot even more, but it's complicated. I don't know how to really explain it without divulging too much into it, because it really was a mind shifter that sort of changed the way I felt, the way I thought, and the reasons why I do the things I do. I didn't have time to be coordinated. My mind was racing, and things were accelerating in my life so fast that I realized I had nothing. So if I had nothing, I had to create something. And create something I did, because I made a ton of videos that month in December. I'm going to admit it right here, right now, because I don't know if anyone's going to be watching this or not, but the videos I made in November and December were when I was at literally my most depressed. I was literally fighting tooth and nail every fucking day. Yeah, I'll say it right now, every day. At multiple points when I was recording, I would have mental shifts / breakdowns and such, and you can probably see in the videos, I'm not sure you can see in all the videos, but the Love Life Christmas song specifically, you can notice my voice sometimes shift, and that's because during those recording sessions, I was not doing well in the slightest, and I apologize for that. And those videos do mean a lot to me, despite everything, despite how depressed I was. I still love making those videos, and that still goes for every single one of my videos that I made. I still love making them, even if, I was depressed and I didn't know what I was gonna do with my life. And having those videos actually do well, you know, that meant a lot to me, you know, cause I don't know, it just meant a lot to me, knowing my voice was heard. You know, every time I make those videos, you know, like I said, in the back of my mind, I'm like, no one's gonna watch my videos, but I love being proven wrong every time I upload a video, because you know, I've been so hard on myself, and nothing matters in my life, but constantly getting proven wrong whenever I get a comment on a video. Like, I shouldn't depend on it, and I try not to depend on it, because you know, you gotta hold your own. You can't rely on someone or something. But it's nice to have support in a sense. It's nice to have someone that can help you on your back. And on the rare occasion that you fall, you feel me? I couldn't really let myself have time to cope or let things pass because I didn't have time. I was running out of time. I couldn't let myself have that time, that luxury to just sort of let time pass. No. I forced myself for it. There was so many times that I felt like I need to sleep. I don't want to do this. No, I have to do it. I have to do it. I forced myself to do it. And you might be wondering, why the fuck am I doing all this? It's like, is it even worth it? Yeah, it's titled the video. Is YouTube worth it? Yes, it was worth it. To me, it felt worth it in every single way. You know, this YouTube thing is a representation of who I am, or, you know, maybe who I was in case I fucking die. And, you know, it's a physical proof that I was making progress in life in any sort of way, you know? Whenever people talk about internal growth, I get that, you know, and internal growth, you know, time takes fast to heal. People don't need to see your progress. But for me, I don't even see my internal growth progress, because by the time it happens, I won't even realize it. So, you know, I want something that I can look back on and think, yeah, I did this, you know? I've been on autopilot for so long that when when I snap back to reality, I want to look back and be like, damn, I made some cool things while I was on autopilot. So, you know, I know that I had something that was at stake, you know, something that I made, and I did in fact do something this year that will be memorable to me, and something I can look fondly upon, something I can actually look upon physically, you know? As I approached December, one of the goals I secretly had was 1,000 subscribers. My friend Invader Wish was like, you know, we can get to Disneyland if you get 1,000. I'm like, bet! You know, like I said, I don't really have much expectations, so I was like, okay, blah, 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 I'm probably not gonna make it. So in December, how many subscribers do I have? I had around 800 subscribers in December. In November, I wasn't really hitting as that many subscribers, so like I was at 800. December, I was like, dang, 200, dude. I'm probably not gonna get that. Usually, I just got like 5 to 10 subscribers per month. You know, if I was lucky, you know, sometimes I get the bang like song video, which gave me like 100 subscribers. But like my subscriber, like, you know, my subscriber rate was extremely low. I would only get like a couple people per video, so I was like, okay, well, probably not gonna get it. And I sincerely doubted that I was gonna make it, so it sort of made me, you know, unmotivated, you know, depressed for a bit, and, you know, made me feel like it was all over. And, you know, I overcame a similar experience to this, where I was just like, you know, I just have to accept it, you know, whatever, I'll get over it, you know, it's something that I'll do naturally anyway. And I released those videos during December, and as you can clearly see by my sub count, I'm at 1,000 subscribers. And I want to talk about that because this month was so insane to me. The first video I made was the Love Life beautifully composed soundtracks. That didn't do the best, but it was one of the videos that got people in Love Life to watch, got people in Love Life YouTube to watch my content. And that means a lot to me because I'm a huge fan of Love Life. I made a bunch of videos on it. I'm active on Twitter about it. So having people that I know that I watch on Love Life on YouTube actually comment on my video made me feel like what I felt with the song 3D, with the Sonic of soundtrack video, where, like, you know, my voice felt heard and people were expressing their thoughts as well. So that was the first banger that I was like, okay, wow, that's really cool. I wasn't really thinking about that, but thank you. And then I released the Sonic video, Sonic's Bizarre Relationship with Christmas, which did pretty damn well because all my videos on Sonic do really well for some reason. I got around 54 subscribers there, so I'm about to, what is this, December 7th? Like, now I'm suddenly at 900. I'm like, wait a second, is this possible? Is this possible? And and then from there, it gets even more crazier because then I released the what is the best Christmas song in Love Life, and this video is probably the one that, you know, changed a lot of things for me. Because firstly, I saw my video on Twitter. It was one of my Love Life mutuals, Mimo, who actually just posted a random image, talked about, like, caption, like, you know, watching Um's video. I'm like, Um's video? Who? That's my video. And I'm like, what the fuck? And it was really strange to me. And that video is like one of my most popular Love Life videos, which I'm so happy for. I love that video. Even though I was depressed making them, I still really enjoyed making that. And after that Love Life video, it felt like it was actually possible. Like, it happened so fast that, like, you know, I get 5 to 10 subscribers per month or something like that. But now suddenly I'm getting like over 50, 60, 70. And I'm like, oh God, it's actually gonna happen. After that video, I sort of made a push for 1,000 because I mean, look at that. I was like so close, and for the longest time, I've sort of kept myself low key when it comes to advertise myself on YouTube. Even on my Twitter, I don't really do that. I like kept it like in the backgrounds and such because I don't really like bring focus to it. But when I was about to reach 1,000, I made a push on Instagram for it. I made a push on Twitter for it. I made a push on Discord for it because I felt that it was possible. And listen, you need this is between me and you, not on some parasocial shit, but one thing I've learned over this year is not to let a chance slip. Over this past year, I've had so many times where I thought to myself, things are gonna get better. I can get through this. You know, I can achieve this dream of mine. And every time I thought that over this past year, with circumstances that happened and stuff that happened to me, it's always failed. And I had so many instances of that where I thought I did my best, but things did not turn out okay. And over that past year, it sort of maybe became numb. And you can probably hear in the tone of my voice that I've gotten numb to it. I keep talking about how I went Autopilot that entire year, which I did. I really did. I like to think that doesn't affect me as much anymore. This is like the one time in my life that I almost lost that numbness for a second. For that moment there, I felt like a dream. I could have achieved a dream there that I wasn't able to achieve with anything else over this past year. And so much shit's happened to me this past year. And having something actually be achievable for once, it wasn't just like, oh, I'm gonna reach 1,000 subscribers. Oh, I'm not gonna get it, but oh, I wish I could. No, it was wish I could, and I did get it. There were so many things I wish I could have done, things I could have like changed differently, but I can't change that anymore. And this was the one thing that I was able to achieve directly. And I know that others, this doesn't mean that much. Some people can make like one video and just get like a whole entire banger, 10,000 subscribers immediately. And good for them, you know. But for me personally, just reaching that milestone, something that I had reached in like 10 years doing YouTube, and also everything that's happened to me, it felt accomplishing. I reached 1,000 subscribers, and I don't care what happens at the end of this year anymore, which is why I'm like here at this Christmas video game video didn't really do well. I know it doesn't mean that much. I'm just a person on the screen, a noodle on the screen. But from me to you, thank you, genuinely, for making my dream come true. Not on some parasocial shit. I'm not trying to rely on this, rely on YouTube. There's no ways like for mental stability. You know, if I don't get a good video, then I'm gonna kill myself. No, I have other things in my life that can support me, but having another source of support, eggs in multiple baskets, so I just want to say thank you. 1,000 subscribers ain't enough to scoff at, 1,000 subscribers is a lot of people, regardless of what you think. 1,000 people in one room, that's crazy. I always try to think of that mindset. Even having like 10 people watch your videos is a lot. 50 people, that's a lot. 50 views, that's a lot. There's a lot of people that watched it. People that came and sit down and share. I go to conventions. I know how big 50 people is, or 10 people is. That's still people that are willing to watch your stuff, and you shouldn't disregard that. That's amazing either way. Speaking about the 1,000 subscribers now, after talking about my entire YouTube journey, God, so I just want to say shoutouts to everyone that supported me, everyone that's encouraged me, especially in Vader West. My dad, he's always been there for me. He's always pushed me to keep making content. And as of recent, I've been asking him for more help with YouTube. He's helped me with YouTube titles and such to make new videos. He's taught me like YouTube techniques and such, and YouTube algorithm things. So now I'm like, I take my videos a bit more seriously now, but it's okay if my video flops. I don't really care. I'm doing this to express myself either way. I'm not really sure where to go from here, but I think going into next year, I feel like I'm a bit better now. I found this one quote that I found on Twitter, which I want to show, and it's basically just make it exist first. you can make it good later. And I think that sums up my channel in a sense. I just made it exist first. I just made videos. I just made videos and I made videos. And over time, I made them good. I made them better. I put my effort into both the video topic, the videos themselves, and how I title them and how I market them. That's the mindset I want to share if you're ever hesitant about this or anything like that, because I went on a very personal rant about why I do YouTube, and you may have a completely different reason for why you want to do YouTube. It may not be as deep as mine. It may be deeper, who knows. The one thing I hope you can achieve from this, somehow, if you even watch this far, is that just make it exist. Just make a video. Just do it. Just put the plate down in a sense. Put the plate down so you can put all the actual food in it later. You know, just making the establishing point is always the easiest part. Just start. You know, I have my reason for doing so. Hopefully you can find your reason too. And I know, coming from me, my words probably don't matter. You can get that from any sort of, you know, influencer or celebrity. I hope my message comes off a bit more personal in a sense, especially from what I've been through. But you know, you can get that from anyone else, so I don't know if it means anything. But as I'm approaching the end of the year, I have big plans. I have plans for videos. I plan to lock in more. I plan to make tons more videos expressing myself, because I'm not done expressing myself. I'm fucking selfish, dude. Look at me. I like talking about myself. This is what my channel's all about. So yeah, I'm gonna keep making videos. I haven't really solved all the answers yet, you know. Is YouTube worth it? I guess to me, yeah, it is. I don't think I've achieved what I want to achieve from YouTube yet. And that's fortunately a reason that I'm not gonna get into, because that's a secret between me and my otters. You're never gonna. I point what it cost me. That's a secret between me and my otters, which you're not gonna know about. That's all I have. This year has been something else to me, but I'm so glad it ended on a very positive note, and I have you guys to thank for that. I'm still gonna have stuff from the past lingering on to me, but I think I can shed some of it as I go into 2025. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go to sleep now, because I don't really want to think about stuff, so yeah.